I still have a lot of things growing in my garden now. If nothing else, I have tomatoes. What in the world happened this year with tomatoes? I have no clue. I planted 3 tomato plants, but I have about 8. Okay? They are in random pots. They were in my fruit tree pots. So apparently animals, critters, birds, or something has transplanted these tomatoes for me. They're growing out the yin yang. And the truth of the matter is, I am growing what I want to eat the most this fall. I am not planting a huge fall garden, okay? I don't know about you, but for me, my taste buds change often. One year, I might be into salads. That's all I want to eat is salads every day. And that year, I plant a lot of lettuce, leafy greens, and things that will go in salads. One year, I might want beans, so I'm planting a variety of beans. I have a lot of food stored and no place else to store anything else. I gave away so much food this summer. So now, I'm going to tame it down. I'm going to show you all where I'm going to plant my fall garden in a few minutes, but it's time to get it started. For those of you all who haven't seen my other video about how I start my plants outdoors, not indoors, you'll get to see that process again today. I am going to be planting red mustard greens, Georgia collards, a few red onions, because I have these red onion seeds that were gifted to me, and I've never planted seeds. I've never planted onions from seeds before. I've always planted them from onions. So we're going to see how this works out today. I am also going to be planting Brussels sprouts, cabbage. This is red acre cabbage, okay? And a new plant. Now that's one thing that I like to do often, and that's plant something new, because you don't know if you're going to like it or what. This is called, forgive me if I say this wrong, Mizuna Bina Hushi. Mizuna Bina Hushi. It is a Japanese green, okay? Like greens, like mustard greens, collard greens, I think. It is edible, both raw and cooked. You can eat the stems as well as the green leafy part. You can cut off pieces of leaves and use them in your salad, or you can cut the whole plant. I love cut and come back. So this sounds like a cut and come back to me. It is also well known to be cooked with ramen. And believe it or not, I like ramen. I like ramen a lot. So I plan to grow this so that I can see how it goes with ramen and salads and just cook. So this is going to be my new veggie. So let me show you my process, because I don't grow any plants inside. I don't like it. It's too much work. You end up with these nets in your house. You can also end up with the hardening off. Okay, let's just go there. That's a pain. Bring them out, take them in, bring them out, take them in, an hour today, 2 hours tomorrow, for a week. No. These plants are going to stay outside. They're outside now in the envelopes. They're going to start outside. We're going to end outside. That's how I grew all this stuff this summer. I started all my plants outdoors. Now, the only thing with this year is this weather has been so crazy. I'm not sure if I should have started this a couple of weeks ago or if now it's fine, but better late than never. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start them right now. Okay, to do my process, you're going to need a few things. Ziploc bags. These are gallon Ziploc bags, and I've already written the date and what I'm going to put in them, which is what I just showed you. And I know it sounds like a lot of bags for just a few, but some of them, like the mustard greens and the collard greens, I'm going to plant several of those plants. You'll need some clothespins. I've written on these already, but I used my marker, and I will link that in the product link that'll be on the screen here. And I didn't bring it out here with me. I think I may have one out here. I'm going to check to see, to show you. It is a garden marker, because these are going to be outside, so it won't fade. It won't ruin or run rather in the wetness or anything like that. It'll be just like this. It will stay like this. So that's why it's important to use a garden marker as opposed to just a regular marker. And you'll need soil. Okay, so everyone always wants to know, what soil do I use in my garden? This is the soil that I use. It's called Near Source Organics. It is all natural. It is for raised beds and containers, and it is organic. It's for vegetables and herbs, flowers. It's moisture holding. Maybe that's why I don't have to water as much. It's for raised beds containers, and it's 100% moss free. So this is the brand that I use, and I have purchased this soil from Home Depot, my local Home Depot. I don't know if you can get it online. I've never had to get it online, so I have not checked. But I'm going to put this right here so you all can see this, and you can scan it if you like. It says scan for help. And I will also put the name of it in my description. If I can find it, I'll link it in the products as well. And this is the garden marker, and I will link it in the product links. It looks just like a regular marker, but it has something in it that prevents it from fading and prevents it from running or anything of that nature. Okay, first thing you want to do is take a bag. Let me get one that, since I have them already marked. Let's see, we will start with the Georgia collards, put those on top. And I actually have 3 bags for the Georgia collards. I'm going to put about 2 plants in each bag. That's going to give me 6 plants, which is more than enough. First thing you want to do, I always try to mark my bags first because it's easier to write on when they are flat. Then we're going to put some of our soil in the bag. You can use any size bag, actually. I mean, well, as far as gallon or maybe a 2-gallon, it just depends on what you have or how big you want to leave your plant in here. So I like to fill my soil up. That's good. That's about halfway, as you guys can see. As a matter of fact, it's a little bit less than half, so I'm going to put a little bit more in there. That's good. You have to have room for the plants to grow at the top. Then I kind of like to press it down flat a little bit, just making it a little flat. It gives you a flatter surface to put your seeds in, okay? And I am doing this just so that I can get in there with my seeds. You want to have something. You can use a stick, you can use scissors, you can use whatever you want, and poke holes where you want the seeds. So I'm going to put 3 seeds in each hole to hopefully germinate. You can put more than 2 in your bag. However, I found when I did my spring garden that the bags that just had 2 holes and I put 3 seeds in each hole, those plants grew the largest, okay? So these are real tiny seeds, as you can see. So I'm just going to take 2 or 3 and put in there. I'm not really counting, to ensure that I get germination out of there. Okay? And I probably actually put these seeds a little bit too far down. So let's just do that. Let's see what happens. Cover your seeds. Now, you want to water them. Typically, I have a spray bottle, but I didn't bring it out here. So I have just a water in here, and I'm just going to water it very lightly. You don't need much water in there at all. So just kind of drizzling this water in there, just around the seed area and all the soil. You want to get it a little moist because once it becomes moist, we're going to close it up and leave a slight hole in it. That's going to, as we have our warmer days, that's going to provide humidity in there. When I did my spring garden, I never had to come back out and water this again. That's another thing with planting your seeds indoors as opposed to outdoors. Indoors, you have to keep watering them, making sure they're watered. You have to water from the bottom, not the top, so that they will not mold and all that stuff. You have to worry about them being at the right height from the light or they'll get leggy. Now you want to close the bag up all the way to about right there, okay? You want to leave that open, and that's what your clothespin is for. We're going to put the clothespin right here on the end, and that's going to help keep that open. You don't need but a small opening there, okay? Just like that. Now, when I'm done, all these bags are going to sit right here on this table. I won't have to take anything inside. or anything. I come out and check on them. Pretty much I wrote the date on these so that I'll know the date that I actually started this and how long it takes each one to germinate. Okay, so I'm gonna sit this one aside. Okay, that's number 2. Okay, I am completely through. This is where they will sit until it's time for me to transplant them. Now I might come out and rotate them. I will come out and peek at them, but typically I don't even have to open the bags to peek at them. And so we have our Japanese mustard. Now I've got a feeling that I'm going to like this one. This is my new experimental one. I got a feeling I'm gonna really like that, so I hope it does well. My red cabbage, red onions, then I have mustard greens and collard greens all in the rest of these bags, and some Brussels sprouts. Okay, this is where they will sit. It's okay if they lean down. I do not have a clip on that one, so I will get a clip to put on that one. And it's okay, like I said, if they lean over, it doesn't matter. The reason you have the hole in there with the clip on it is to allow for air circulation. Okay, so this is my largest container. It's my Vigo container, elevated raised bed. And no, this is not a sponsored video, but I love it, love it, love it. Like I said, it's Vigo Garden. I will link it. It has zippers in the middle and on both sides. So all I have to do is unzip it and throw up the top half, and I can get inside. All of this opens up, even this size opens up, so the whole thing opens up. This, everything that you just saw me prepare, is going to go in this bed. I don't have anything in here, but this is a cabbage that I had gotten from the store, and I just left it in here to see how it would do. And it's actually 4 little heads in here. If you can see that, that's 1, that's 2, this one's 3, and this one over here makes 4. Okay, so it's actually 4 heads. Now this was from a piece of scrap cabbage, and it's just been doing fine. I've left it in here. I just wanted to see how long it would do. I've always grown my cabbage from scraps. I've never been able to grow one from seeds, so I'll see how it does in here. That's just a little parsley I've got going, and that is some basil. And that's all that's in here. I don't have anything else in here. This is the spot that I am going to plant everything. I don't have to take it off. It gets water, it gets sunlight. It's right smack dab in the middle of the garden, so it can get plenty of sunlight from that as well. So I love this container. Like I said, all I have to do is zip it back up, and I am done with it. Anything that's still growing in the garden, I will let it continue to grow. All my other pots that things have died back in or will die back in, I will remove those. This year, I'm going to remove them before winter. I'm going to remove them once we start getting our much cooler days in, because it's a lot of work. So when we start getting our cooler days, I'm going to remove all that, and I'm going to prepare those pots for next year and give them a rest. One thing when you're growing in containers, it's always wise after a year or so at least to give the pot a break. Okay, so take a season and don't grow anything in it, but prepare the pot for the coming season in the beginning. So when I get ready to do that process, I will show you exactly how I prepare my pots for next season, for the spring season. So when that time comes, I will be ready to just plant. Okay, so thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me here in my garden. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Please take a second and check out my other channels, Cooking at Pam's Place, Pam's POV, and Pam's Pop-Ups. And I go live now on Pam's POV on Tuesday and Thursday morning, somewhere between 6:30 a.m. and 7 a.m. on a walk. I do a 3-mile walk, and I take everybody with me on the live stream, and we talk and we motivate one another. We give shout outs. So if you are an early bird or you're up at that time, please stop in. That's on Pam's POV. Take a second and subscribe to the channel. Share the video out, and be sure to watch the video that is on the screen. I'm Pam. This is Zone 8A. And anywhere you can sit a pot, you can grow a plant.